So this video is going to be a little longer than normal. There's like some stuff that I gotta like kind of lay out. And I just want to kind of open with a disclaimer, like, I respect people's opinion, and I know a lot of people have different opinions on how they think things are. I can only go by what I've been shown. And the weird thing is, like, and I've always kind of been on the, I don't know, when it comes to spirituality, religion, all that kind of stuff, like, it's just, I've had a weird relationship with it. But, I can't help but kind of go with what I've been shown, and that's kind of what's been guiding me in the direction that I've been going, And what I've learned is a lot of this stuff that we've been told, that we've read about, that we've, just been passed on, it's not only is a lot of it real, but it's a lot stranger than we ever thought it was. And I can only go by what I've been shown. I can only go by what I see. And that's another thing, like, when you can see certain things, it kind of like breaks down a lot of the speculation, because you're not just sitting, going over the what ifs and the blah blah blah. There's still plenty of what ifs, but whatever. All right. So, and I have, when I'm given this information, I'm supposed to pass it on, like, to those who can actually process it. And I don't mean that in a crappy way or anything. It's just, if you can see it, if you get it, you do. If you don't, I'm sorry. Okay, so Wormwood is here, but it's not here at the same time. Wormwood and Nibiru, they're the same thing, right? But the problem is, when this is discussed or when this is talked about, you get the idea of the person who just constantly talks about it, and it's coming from the corner of the galaxy, and it's on its way, and and that's kind of been the narrative for a while now. But again, because we live in a world of weird truths, half truths, blah blah blah. No, it's there. It's in the sky right now. It's actually trailing our sun. But what nobody talks about, or I guess what nobody, I'm not going to say nobody because that's really arrogant. I'm sure people know. It's extra dimensional. That's what it is. It's not, and because if you know the layout of our cosmology, you know that this is a realm. We're under some type of enclosure, some type of dome, something to that effect. This is a realm. So, in that regard, it's not coming from, it's coming from somewhere, trust me, but it's not coming from the ass end of the galaxy. It's in the sky right now. There are, and maybe I'll post some links to some sites or to some channels that have it up there. I've seen some really good images and video of it. And again, if you have the eyes to see, if you're kind of capable of seeing like extra dimensional things, you can see it exactly for what it is. It's not a hunk of just rock. This thing is alive, like it's living. It is a living thing. I'm talking like it oh look, the asshole. It actually shifts around. It actually puts off a type of aura. I've seen faces in it. I've seen, it's constantly, and if you are, if you've taken video of a lot of this extra dimensional phenomenon, you'll know that a lot of these objects, the crafts, the beings, they're never quite the same. They never quite have the same size or shape, or they're constantly shifting between a bunch of different motions, and that's what this thing does. Even on video, it's quite something to look at. But it's not here yet. It's in a process of phasing into this dimension. Sometimes it's it's phased in more, sometimes it's phased in less. But I tell you what, when it finally shows up, it's just gonna be in the sky. Like it's not, there's not gonna be a, oh, it's, like I've heard people talk about, oh, they're seeing, NASA's been covering it up because they've seen it coming from, no, it's up there right now. It is up there right now. It's literally trailing the sun. And I guess if you have the right tools or whatever, you can see it. But it's really, really faint. But one day, it's just gonna show up in the sky, and it's just gonna be there, okay? I mean, like, this thing is crazy. I was seeing, like, eyeballs manifest in it. It's crazy. So, the second part of that is, it is looked at as the destroyer because it's going to, I believe, it's going to be one of the components behind the downfall of, like, this godforsaken world. Right? Because of the nature of this thing, it's literally going to bring with it, it's either going to drop the veil or it is going to act as a gateway. I'm not sure, and I can't tell you for sure because I'd be lying, but it's basically gonna, it's going to just shut everything down. And you're going to see all this horrific shit that hasn't been seen in thousands of years. And it's going to come after all of them. Okay? Like, I don't know exactly for sure. Maybe it just, it's like in the Bible where, the locusts didn't affect the people with the seal on their forehead. I think they're in that part of the Bible. It's talking about like these things aren't going to come after us. Like I don't know, we'd be fully exempt from it, or if we, whatever. But it's here to destroy this. They're coming to destroy this world. That's what it's here for. It's going to make them go insane, and it's going to, if those that are the walking around that have the ability to blend in, to look human, it's going to destroy their ability to blend in. This thing shuts everything down. The 3 days of darkness, I think that's how long it takes for everything to kind of like shut down and restart. Because we're dealing with a grid system here. Their system of control is a grid-based system. Everything, it's all layered on top of one thing, on top of another thing, on top of another thing, on top of another thing. It's all layered. It is a grid system. The way they look human, the way they mask their vehicles, the way they do all this crazy stuff, it's a grid system. And it's going to shut all that down. And there's also, these things that are kind of, holding back other aspects of reality. It's all going to come crashing down. When you see, and also I was told actually, like when this thing pops up in the sky, like we're not supposed to look at it. Like it's going to have an effect, but we're definitely not supposed to look at it. Yeah. So it's here, and I think it's been here for a while, but like it's here, but it's not here, And I do know, because I think a lot of us have been having the strange dreams with the red sky and all that. That's what that is. It's bringing in some type of mist or fog or atmosphere with it that's going to come sweeping through the place when it does appear. But like I said, when it appears, it'll just be in the sky. And I don't, because I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, and but I've been shown this, and I've been pointed in this direction, and I believe that's what's on its way. That's what's gonna happen. I mean, people, yeah, things are gonna change. Yeah, things are about to shift, but man, it's gonna be insane for a while. Like it's not gonna be like, oh, love and light and everything's back to, no, that's not how this works. Things are going to be batshit for a while. You think crazy? No, No. And I was chatting with a friend yesterday, and I think that in some ways, in some I don't know, way, shape, or form, that's why we have. I think that's why we've been exposed to a lot of these things. We've been trained. We're being trained, okay? And I think we're being trained to withstand these shifts in, like, these dimensional frequency shifts, because there are things that when they appear, when they finally show up, like when it's just there, like, if you don't have the ability to, I don't know, level yourself out or process it, like, you'll lose your mind. Your heart will stop. It's that bad. And I think that's one of the reasons why, I don't know, we've been exposed to the things we've been exposed to. Because one of the reasons why a lot of people have issues with this whole gang stalking thing, and why it, it messes with you, it's because there is a very strong extra dimensional component to it. These creatures, these disgusting assholes, these parasites, a lot of them work within, they're moving in and out of dimensions, they're messing with time, space, reality. That's why it almost feels like, it's like everything sometimes will shift around you, and it's like, yeah, they're changing reality around you. It's constantly augmenting reality around you. And that's one of the things that causes a lot of the anxiety and the fear and all that stuff. But if you've been exposed to it, if you've been kind of pushing yourself through it, it's getting easier and easier to deal with. Because I think we're meant to kind of go through this. But I don't even think it's really started yet, honestly. So, yeah, I'll probably post some links to this one guy's channel who's got really good images of it, video of it, because it's there. It is there. And I honestly think too that the more I'm sorry, I just really want to take the time out to kind of put the spotlight on this weird ass place. It's a shop. Nobody knows what they do, but they're open sometime till 12 a.m. It's really creepy. No sign. Nobody knows what they're selling. It's creepy as shit. Anyway, we got a few of these stores in my town. Yeah. Take it easy. And if you have any questions, if you kind of have some of these insights, please, let's talk about it. Because the only way we're going to get through this is together. So, take it easy, folks.